Hello, Divinities. My name is Jay Simone, and you're watching Awaken Connect Divinity, where I provide spirituality tips for the newly awakened to help them build a better spiritual foundation. Today, I just figured I'd do a check-in with you guys because I haven't posted in a while. There's been a lot of stuff going on in my life, so I figured I'd just go ahead and do kind of like a life update for you guys. So, recently I have moved, and the new space is still a little weird, and there's I'm gonna have to be experimenting with the sound because I know that the sound definitely can travel. You guys can probably hear people walking above me. You may also be able to hear my heater. I'm like in an area where it's freezing cold. So please bear with me as I continue to get everything adjusted to that and start getting out content again, hopefully this time now on a regular basis. Why? Because I need to be making content. Anyway, so I do apologize for my absence there. I know that I have a Patreon and I haven't been updating that either. Again, due to the move, I should be back on schedule with that. I am going to with the Patreon, you're gonna have access to like my previous tarot readings, but I don't know if how I'm going to go about doing something to like make up for my overall life update. Like I said, I moved. Probably can't tell with my background being what it is. However, you may be able to tell a difference with the sound and hearing other stuff with the sound. Like, I'm in a space where there's a dog that knows that I'm in this room at times, and I'm one of his favorite people, and so he may bark. There is also people walking above me because I'm in the basement, and then the acoustics of this room are not the best, and then I have a heater because I am cold. Other things going on in my life regarding my hands and my arms and stuff like that, because I know I've talked about that a few times. I feel like my hands and arms are doing better, but they're also not doing better. With the move, I've had to stall my gym routine, which usually helps with making sure my hands and arms stay fine. And I do feel like they have improved greatly again, but when they are not okay, they're definitely not okay. So that is a little bit difficult. And then the move, there is also, I now have more people living in my space with me. So I wouldn't say it's a problem, it's just one challenge that I have for recording now. And then there's also, let's see, I had injured my hand, and I told you guys about that. I don't know if I told you guys I injured my shoulder in some way, shape, or form. Kind of same relation to my hands. My shoulder, my left shoulder, this shoulder here is hypermobile. So I overworked it or some shit, went to the doctor for it, and I did that prior to the move, and so I got some anti-inflammatory shit. Well, literally the week before the move, I ended up straining my knee or spraining my knee, and that is my right knee, so on this side here, which I'm upset about because it made moving complicated. I could only walk on it for so much time, and then the move made my knee brace give out, so I had to go get a new knee brace and all this other shit. It was just extremely tiring, and my knee is still giving me problems. I did go to the doctor for that too. Essentially, really lame, dumb story behind it is I was stretching. And I need to stretch because certain parts of my body are super tight in certain areas and loose in others. So I was stretching because I was trying to get the muscles around my hips to loosen up, because typically what happens is my hips get tight and then they start to Charlie horse. So in order to get them to stop Charlie horsing, I just stretch so that way they are loose enough to move and shit. I'm falling apart. I've been falling apart for a while, so it is what it is. Anyways, see, now you guys can probably hear the dog barking. He's a baby puppy, so he hasn't learned any better, and I'm still working on training him. I'm not training him right now though. I didn't sit outside today. But I was stretching, and usually I pay attention to my right knee in particular, because it usually always feels a little bit different than my left knee. Well, I didn't pay attention this one time for 5 seconds, and in that time period I managed to slip and twist it more than I should have. And so yeah, I sprained my knee. I was having knee pain for a while. I tried to have it elevated and put some ice on it, and that was kind of working, kind of not working. Then I went to the doctor for it because I was like, look, it's still hurting, and I should at least have it on the record, just because at this point I have so many medical issues related to my body being hypermobile or overly flexible, which is funny because like I said, I'm overly flexible, but then there are certain parts of me that are super tight. So it's like a dried out sponge just suddenly shrinking up and then pulling my body in, and then I'm trying to stretch my body back out. But anyways, I'll probably go over that some other time if you guys really want more details on that, like how it is with hypermobility and the whole full backstory on that. I really just kind of want to go over the base of what's going on. So, strained my knee, and like I can kind of walk on it still and still do some things, and it's gotten a little bit better, but for the most part I'm typically in a brace and having my knee like propped up and elevated just to like keep more stress off of it, which works out fine because like this gaming chair, fucking sick. It has like a little it has like a leg rest on it, and so like I love it. See, I haven't neglected any like spiritual studies or anything like that. I've still been studying a lot of spirituality stuff. Practicing wise though, I have been thrown off with my practice, and I'm hoping to shoot a video on this later about doing your spiritual practice when you're in periods of transition. For me, I am a stickler for routine, and I like having constants. So this period where I haven't really had time to practice or maintain a lot of my normal practices that I try to stick to has been a little ungrounding, I would say, and I am having a little bit more stress in my life at this time, and typically my spiritual practices help me better cope with my stress, aside from me just being straight up fascinated by this shit. So, hey webby web. Oh, yeah, since moving, I'm now surrounded by 5 cats, all of which I'm allergic to. Like I said, there's a dog, and then there's a dog, and then there's a bird. For all I know, my friend could suddenly show up with, like, ducks or some shit, or, like, a baby deer, or, like, another cat. Who fucking knows? I'm just here for the lulz at this point. You trying to come up here? No, you just want pets? So, yeah, I've been having a really interesting time, and things have been very interesting, and like I said, I want to do a video on, like, maintaining your spiritual practice while you're in a period of transition, just because I felt like I really needed it with more stressors being introduced to my life. I think I'm handling it pretty well, but I think the only reason I'm handling it well is because I already have a background in different relaxation techniques, and also I already have been like regularly going to therapy for a lot of my issues, just to make sure that, like, you know, I handle certain situations to the best of my ability. And so with all that being said, it is my hope that I'm consistently providing you guys with content that you'll enjoy. Please make sure you're leaving comments and subscribing and letting me know what you think and what kind of spiritual content you want to see more of. Hopefully my body will stop falling apart, though I doubt it, because I'm like, my shoulder is causing me issues with my neck now. So that will probably not stop anytime soon. Yeah. And I think I know what's going on, but I can't get an official diagnosis, and I think I've mentioned this before about not being able to get an official diagnosis. Yeah, you guys can now expect to see the occasional cat being involved in a video. Maybe I'll show pictures of the adorable dog that we're taking care of. Well, not taking care of, he is our dog. Stuff like that. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy the content. I do have a lot of plans for you guys. Oh, I was gonna mention stuff that I've been studying while I was gone. I have been really interested in Reiki for some reason. Now, I did have Reiki done a while back when I was still with my mother, and it was being done because I figured I might as well see if what's going on with my hands is spirituality related. Now, I can't really say that the Reiki's helped my hands. I didn't really, when I was getting Reiki done, notice anything different. However, as I've been studying Reiki, and I've only been doing self-Reiki, I'm not like attuned to any of the Reiki levels or anything like that. So I've only been doing self-Reiki, and they say like when you do self-Reiki and you're not attuned, that's like 20% energy or something like that. I don't know if I believe that. You guys will find out more about that when I do the book review on the Reiki book that I have. But I was doing some self-Reiki, and I've been doing that on my leg and on my hand. At least I was doing that before the move. And I definitely feel like it's helped, which is funny because, like I said, I had been going to get like full Reiki for a little while, and I do eventually want to go back to getting Reiki, but for the time being, I just can't afford it. So yeah, that's what's going on in my life. I really, like I said, I just want to give you guys an update and kind of let you know what's going on here. Yeah, hopefully you guys will get to see a lot new stuff soon. Thanks. Bye.